Hi, this is Rachel. So today we're going to go over the Chaturanga, which is commonly one of the things that people stumble upon in the beginning of yoga practice, and even becoming more intermediate, it can be an issue for the shoulders and wrists. I have done some other videos on progressions towards Chaturanga, so if you haven't seen the last video, click the link up above, and it would be a good idea to be comfortable with those before you move on to this. Okay, so assuming you have all the things in place, the hands need to be firmly grounded onto the floor with no gaps underneath the knuckles, and they need to be shoulder width apart. For some people you might need a bit more space between the hands, particularly if you have this carrying angle here like me. You might want to take a little bit more width so that your shoulders can operate more and have more space to do so. So we're going to come up into a plank position, just taking the feet back and pressing the toes into the ground and allowing the big toe joints to bend as much as possible. You can see I'm pressing firmly through the hands and my legs are straight, and then I'm doing a little bit of inner work to keep the shape of the body. So the pelvic floor or mula bandha is active, and the lower belly is also lifting towards the spine. And I'm looking about 1 foot in front of my hands, so I don't want to look down and have my head drooping. I want to be aligned through the neck all the way through the spine. The other thing is I don't want my ribs to hang down, and I don't want my shoulders to retract. So I want to lift up like that. And you should be able to hold that for about 10 seconds before we move to Chaturanga. So if you feel like you need to build up to that, you can just put the knees on the floor and take a little rest. And then when you feel like you're rested enough, you can come back up and then hold the plank. And just keep repeating that until you can hold it for about 10 seconds. So once you're comfortable with that, you want to try to keep the shape of the body exactly as it is. We're not changing the shape of the body. And try to keep the elbow joints rotating so that you have the crease of the elbow facing towards the front of the yoga mat. And then you're starting to bend the elbows to about 90 degrees there. You can see my arm muscles are working, and you want to try to keep the knuckles of the hands down when you do that. So oftentimes, if there's any weakness, what you'll find is the knuckles will pop up like this. Maybe the thumb knuckle will pop up. Maybe even the fingers will bunch up like this. And as you can see, when I do that, I'm putting more pressure on the wrist. So this is why if you repeat the Chaturanga in that manner so many times, the wrists will start to take the brunt, and it can create problems all the way up through the arm into the shoulder. So if that's happening for you, then I would recommend checking out the last video, and you can use that to eliminate those issues. So keep practicing, and see you next time.